Well, hey everybody, it's Chuck.
And AJ.
AJ's back. Hey, so we are back at the Turbo Roundabout. And those of you that know, I did this yesterday in the Cybertruck, and many of you were saying, hey, go knock that out in the Model Y. So we're here today. AJ's got his Hardware 3 Model 3, right? Performance
Yes.
Model 3.
Yes.
This is the 2024 AI4 Hardware 4 Model Y. So we're going to try to get some footage from both of these vehicles doing this turbo roundabout, similar to like we did on the Cybertruck. The notes yesterday on the Cybertruck were, it did it okay, but it kind of treated the curbs as optional barriers.
Yeah.
Which really isn't what you want, especially in a smaller vehicle with smaller rims like here on the Model 3 or Model Y. I'm not going to let it jump the curb. I don't know. Did you watch the video, AJ?
I watched the video, but not the part where, well, you did, that wasn't there, right? So where the Cybertruck jumped, so you had it moved out. But I mean, yeah, I watched it.
Cool. All right, well, we're engaged here. And the first one, as you can see in the upper right-hand corner, is we're going up and through. So either lane looks like it should work for this. You can see the paint markings down below. We've got a yield here. It's got a left blinker on.
That's interesting.
It can't go left. Okay, so if you see, we're going to the right lane. They're going into the center lane. Speed, I don't know. It feels okay. Interesting. Why am I not on Automax? Let's see what happens here coming out of that traffic circle. And so it did it. It did it just fine.
So just was a ghost.
I don't know. Why am I not on Automax? Go ahead and tap on the screen since I'm driving and go to autopilot.
Okay, let's do that.
And there's no selection of speed in there.
Yep.
So interesting. Oh wait, automatic speed offset. Go ahead and turn that on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta turn
there we
it
go.
on.
You know what? I changed profiles. I'm in my testing profile now.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good.
Is that good?
Yep.
All right.
So everybody understands what we did there. Why don't you go ahead and change our route, AJ, and let's maybe go back. We'll go ahead and end the trip and go back through the other side or something around. I don't know. We can other side.
Let's do it.
And here we go. We're going to do a U-turn here at this green light. The radius of turn feels bigger on the Model Y than it did on the Cybertruck yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, it does. All right, is it navigating through it? It looks like it is. And there's our auto speed offset. So that was my mistake. I didn't have that turned on in my profile for testing. So this one should stay in the right lane also.
And continue straight.
And continue straight. The interesting thing about these turbo roundabouts is there's no lane changing. So you got to get the lane of entrance correct, depending on where you want to go here.
Well, maybe that's where they're Europeans.
I don't know, but obviously it's going a little slow, but that was fine by me. I didn't have any issues with that. I don't know.
That was handled more smoother to me than the first.
Than the first one?
I think so.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and change the route again, AJ?
Okay.
And let's do a 270-degree turn as we enter.
Okay.
So it's got to jump into that middle lane and see how it handles that.
Let's do 270.
Coming quick around.
All right. I'm picking up a waypoint. Okay. Whoops.
There we go. That should work. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in the traffic here. And it mapped it. Good. Right out of the gate.
Yep.
I'm going to just engage it here from this area and see if it jumps into traffic accurately. It should. And there's a gap right there. If it goes, it needs to kind of boost it a little bit. And it jumped out. Good. Now, it needs to get in the left lane for this one. There's the blinker.
It is doing it.
Yeah, just fine. And it felt like it knew that. I mean, it was over early on that one.
Yeah.
But on this one, this is where the Cybertruck started getting a little bit squirrely and clipping curbs. See these curbs here? It was like the angles. That was fine. The Cybertruck is a much bigger vehicle, obviously, and it's being smooth all the way around here. That truck should yield to us.
Wow.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It did it pretty good.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you think?
I just said the word. Yeah, I was like one word.
Okay. Give us another one, and I'm going to go ahead and get us in a position to do a U-turn here.
So you want to do another 270?
Yeah, a 270 from this direction. Yeah, let's do that. And I should be able to do it here. Early morning traffic, not a big deal.
There you go. Chuck, I think you'll do great driving in India.
Okay, it hasn't mapped it correctly. Oh, you did a right turn. Okay,
Yes.
so this is not a 270.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So it's just good. Oh, if it gets in the left lane, it can't do it though.
We found it.
Well, I don't know. So see here, now it's in a bind. It can't get where it's mapped. So the question is it going to follow the laws according to where it is? It has to go straight. It can't make that turn.
Correct.
It's got to yield everybody in the circle. So I'm going to disengage if it tries to take a hard right. It didn't. Just fine. The cyber. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, that is legal. No. I guess that is legal. I didn't think it could do that. I didn't see the signs on it. Did you see the signs on it?
No.
I guess it did it just fine. It did. I think that was a legal jump out. Because that's the same jump out that it could have done from the other side, actually. But it's interesting that it chose the left lane to do the right turn, and it consciously jumped into the left lane to do it, whereas the right lane would have definitely been the easier one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see if we can get one to go into JU maybe, into Jacksonville University there.
So then that would be another right turn.
Yeah, it'll do, and let's see if it jumps in the left lane again.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right.
Just picking a different. Okay, make it go from here. Hold on.
You can just leave that in there. We'll let it go. Either way, you got a few seconds to go. Let's see if it'll do it in time. All right.
You just have to keep letting it go straight, right? So then it can bypass.
Is there another traffic circle, I guess, inside of JU? Yeah. All right, and we're engaged. Let's see how this does it. It's got to have a remap here. Look, it thinks it can do a full 360 on that traffic circle. It'll be interesting to see if it tries to do that. I don't think that's going to be what happens.
Left lane first.
It's in the right lane. So if it jumps over and just jumps into JU, it's like vision or something is taking over the mapping route. Okay, it's going around. It didn't jump right. And it kind of, see how it wants to go?
Oh, it's just like, okay.
And I'm tapping the accelerator. We're disengaging there. In proper traffic circle. So it kind of got stuck there with the lanes in the traffic circle with the planner that it had. It wanted to do a full 360, which is probably what its training data has that you can do in traffic circles.
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one.
So what do you want to do now?
I don't know. You pick one.
Let's do, we'll do a 270.
Okay.
All right, so. Oh, wait. Well, let's see what happens with
Yeah, okay, we didn't get a route in there in time. So where's it going to go? The existential question. Where are you going when you don't have a destination? All right, it's got to go through. It's got its blinker on. Shouldn't be using blinkers there. So it went straight. Went just fine. This feels, while you're doing the route there, this feels different than the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck, it's almost like its size created some issues with those curbs. Obviously, if you saw that video, it jumped the curbs a couple times and things like that. So it feels like the Model Y is either just smoother because of its size, or it's got a better model that's just navigating things like these curbs a little bit easier. I mean, obviously it got confused in the last turn, but I don't think it was a smoothness issue. I think it was a training data issue, just assuming you could do a 360 on a traffic circle.
Sure.
So this one, it needs to go straight into the center lane, I believe. If you get in the right lane, it's not going to be able to exit there.
Right.
So,
because you can see right here, this thing only goes left or straight.
Yep, exactly. So in these markings, it can't read yet, but obviously it should be embedded in some sort of map data. All right, are we going to be in the circle first? It looks like we have the option. We fully stopped and didn't need to. It went into the center. Very smoothly. It should go all the way around. It did this once before. It needs to go straight through here. Pedestrian on the sidewalk shouldn't be an impact.
Nice.
Yeah, very smooth. I don't know. To me, it feels like it's got this thing, smoothly handling it when it doesn't get confused on the planner, like we did that one time where it thought it needed to do a complete U-turn.
that at that point it lost the plot completely.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You want to just go jump in your car? Why don't you go back to the starting point and just see kind of what we get?
Let's do that. So we were at here. Yeah, thank you.
And cool. Okay, it's got us going around. We're gonna force it here with the neighborhood and going around. And there we go. Am I gonna be able to make it? No. This is what I worry about with automatic U-turns.
Not enough room.
Yeah. Like, what if the FSD does that? They can't reverse. That's okay. Here we are. Last one, I think, on hardware 4. It should just stay in the right lane. Let's look at the markings on this one. See? It says you shouldn't have been able to go right.
Yes. So that one from the center lane, when it did that,
the markings say you shouldn't go in and then bail, but obviously you can.
Yeah. And it doesn't even seem like it's too much of, like, it looks pretty...
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth. It was a smooth exit.
But obviously that first right was no problem there either. All right. Well, let's give that out of 10. What would you score that?
Well, that's a tough one. I'd say, I want to say give it a 7.
7, probably because it thought it could do the full 360. And a couple times it got confused.
Yes.
But to me, it feels like it's a training data issue, not a... Can the car do it? I mean, obviously the Model Y fits in there just fine. It never even clipped a curb, never even touched a curb. I didn't have to disengage for that at all. Every disengagement was about either an intervention because it stopped, it got confused, or it was going the wrong direction.
Fantastic. I mean, on your Cybertruck, like, did you have to do a lot? I mean, well, how would you rate it? How would you rate the Cybertruck on a scale of 1 to 10?
Cybertruck was probably about a 5 because it felt like the curbs were an option. But I tried to describe it yesterday. The Cybertruck, it's like the end-to-end version 12 smoothness of lane changes. Mm-hmm. It's like the Cybertruck was trying to do these smooth lane changes and treating the curbs as an option. So it was clipping the curbs in order to be smooth.
I see.
So back to my favorite quote, if FSD12, even the fuck-ups are smooth.
Yeah.
That was what I felt like yesterday with the Cybertruck. It was rodeoing over the hump.
I see. And it does that a lot. Like when the car goes over like some of the lane markings and stuff where you're not supposed to go on, right? It's because it's more natural, I feel.
A commenter made that comment yesterday too. It was treating the curbs like white lane markings, and that's an accurate assessment too. Well, let's go jump in your car and see if hardware 3 is any different.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, stick with us.
Excited.
All right, here we hit record. Ready, go. All right, let's go. Hit record on your top camera.
It's recording.
Top is okay. Inside.
Recording.
All right. And we'll do the same thing. And what was the first waypoint we did? We went straight through, I think, right?
Yeah. Yes, we did. So you're gonna go right.
Same thing we did last time.
So I'll do Chick-fil-A.
All right, we're back. We're in AJ's car. He's let me drive again. Thank you, AJ. We try to keep it consistent for both drivers. First one, what are we gonna do? Go straight through?
Yep, we're gonna go straight through.
All right, here we go. So, what do you think's gonna happen?
So what I'm really looking for seeing right now is how smoothly does it handle it, because that was the one thing that was the outlier in the last testing, hardware 3 versus 4.
On our unprotected left turns we did together,
right.
You thought you noticed a little bit of jerkiness. And honestly, since we made that video, I think there's been a lot of people that have made similar comments.
Correct.
And Elon, I think, even commented this week. And you replied to that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That the new one is, and I don't know if they're talking about the same thing, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
We're engaged. So it looks like the navigation's got us going straight through. Either lane works for straight through. So we just need to stay in our lane and ease on that. This worked on our other one pretty well, I think. It was the 270 that it got confused on. He just boldly went, nobody to deal with. Smooth, speed's good. We have the lead car. Little bit of jerkiness there.
Yeah.
But mine stopped there completely. If you remember on one of our turns, it wasn't this situation, but it stopped completely there.
Yeah, I didn't feel any jerkiness.
Yeah, that was a pass. Set us up for another one. Let's see what we can do here.
Okay.
take advantage of this
All right,
gap
so
of
let's
the
do. The
light.
second time we did was another straight. You can do another straight.
Okay. Good. All right. And here we go again. So this one, I'm going to stay in the right lane. I think it needs, now either lane will work, but last time mine jumped into the left lane.
It did jump, yes.
Right? It was very quick.
Correct. Very instant.
Either lane will work, and it's marked to go straight from either lane, so it's doing it just fine here.
But it chose a different lane.
It chose a different lane. I don't know. Feels good. That was a good one. So let's get a 270 in there. Those straight throughs are pretty easy. It was smooth. It felt like it was going a little closer to the curb, but it ended up taking it just fine. So
we can try something like putting the coordinates like as we are right on top of it and see if it forces, if we can force it to pick the left lane to go straight, and see how it handles that.
Yeah.
That could be one.
Let's do it. Okay, you've got us mapped doing what, a 270 all the way to the left?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, look at it went to the left lane early on that one. I don't know if that has anything to do with the turn, the lane, or what, but it did it.
So could that be a reason that? Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of hard to predict why it did it so early.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously this situation you have to be in the left lane, and the signage that comes up, see we've got a roundabout sign there, 25 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. The next signs are on both sides to kind of tell the driver you need to be in the left lane if you're doing this left like we are. And we got into the lane well before those signs came up. So that's either map data or something else. Okay, so we do have a couple cars here that might be in the traffic circle that we need to yield to. Okay, and we should be going straight into that lane over there. And we're going to have to wait on that. Great. We're
nicely waiting.
Smoothly waiting. Did you? I felt like it was going to clip the curb.
For a sec, I was like...
Right? The steering wheel was so far over.
Yeah.
Now, okay, and... I didn't tap the accelerator there, but did you see the car cautiously not assert itself? Is get what I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Now it might have been the speed that he was approaching. Mm-hmm. He ended up stopping and yielding. We didn't need to stop like we did.
Correct.
But the car was preparing that if it needed to stop.
Yes, that's how it felt like. But then it's momentarily it was like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to keep going.
Yeah. Once I think it calculated that he stopped, it proceeded.
Yes. That's how I felt too.
I don't know. Did we see that on my Model Y at all?
No, but then we did not encounter that. Yeah, so it's hard to say.
Okay.
All right, so what's next?
Let's pick another one. Up to you.
Let's do, so we'll do all 20.
Let's do another 270.
270?
Only because that means we got to jump into that middle lane, and that's where we were having some issues.
Let's do it. Now that I have my 270s right, I'm not doing 90s anymore.
Yeah, right. Ooh, wonder if I can get it behind this bus. And what's it going to do here? Oh, the bus just moved. I thought it was going to be stationary. Immediately into the left lane, though. Yeah. That's what it needs to do a 270. It's immediately got in the left lane. I'm convinced this is just mapped well with the metadata on the lanes that it needs to for the turns.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
It just feels like it. Okay, the bus is a different dynamic, and look how he has to go so close to those curbs. Look how this car stopped for the bus, even though you're supposed to yield. The bus is going that way. Oh, it's stopping. And I'm not hitting the accelerator, but it definitely stopped in the traffic circle. And don't go there. Don't go there. Okay. It found its way. That was not confident, though.
Yes, that was not.
Do you think it was the bus?
Do you think it off?
That other traffic? I don't know. It stopped twice in a traffic circle.
Yeah, but the second one where it was like trying to figure out the curbs almost. It was like,
Yeah.
So that was definitely not present. None of that jerkiness was present in the hardware 4, to me.
I think you're right there. Yeah, let's set it up again.
It's too hard, it's too obvious to not notice. Okay, so which direction?
I don't know. What do you think
Let's do. You want to go into whatever this is?
Into JU,
right?
Yeah. We'll see if we get stopped with the guard or not. But I think.
Oh, look what he's doing! It's like, it's not what?
Let's see. It's like it's a scared of it. All right, let's see what did it map.
It mapped. It's not going there. It's taking a
Let's see
different
what it
route.
does, because remember before we had that situation where Vision kind of fought the map. No, it's got it there. Oh no, it's going straight through.
Yeah.
It's not doing a
No, it's not.
270.
But it's getting okay.
But it's in the left lane, so now it can either do the 270 or go straight.
Let's see.
I
This
don't
would
know.
be mind blown if it does a 270.
Well, okay.
It would be weird, at the very least. No, it's following the map.
It's following the map that time. So I wasn't sure what it was going to do. The steering wheel movement looks different on your yoke than it does on my Y.
Yeah.
So it's interesting watching the yoke turn versus the Y.
Yeah.
It's like you can visualize what it's thinking a little bit better on the steering angle.
That's kind of what. Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows way much more tellingly.
Let's reset another
Okay.
one.
All right. What do you want? Which one? Let's do.
Up to you. Up to
Okay.
you.
So let's do. Let's do 270 more because
Okay.
more it's subjected to the intersection.
Okay.
It'll expose its.
So I'm gonna once again do it from the right lane, and it needs to get over. This time it didn't jump over, did it?
It did not. Come on.
Oh, it did it.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the planner calculating it. Either way, it figured it out.
Yeah.
And got into the correct lane.
Yeah, fairly smoothly.
It can go. Oh, it's going to take. Okay, it asserted it very smoothly and aggressively. Took that one, which is nice.
No problems there.
Here's where it stopped before, based off a truck there, and it didn't stop that time. He was much more slowly approaching the intersection than that last one.
Yes.
And it didn't get
Spooked.
flustered at all.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That was very smoothly handled, I would say.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get it to do from this direction.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how we gave it a right turn and it went to the left lane and still went right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so let's give it a right turn from here
Okay.
and see if it chooses that same left lane scenario.
All right. Let's do that. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the right lane.
Uh-huh.
We're there. It's not mapped correctly yet, but I'm going to go ahead and engage. Okay, it did it.
Okay.
So my car jumped into the left lane and made it work.
Correct.
You're not jumping in the left lane on this vehicle. So
Which is
which is what you should do. But
Right.
if you remember, my car took that lane, went into the middle, and then followed to the right, which the paint on the road says you can't do. But it obviously is designed to very easily do. So I think
Yeah.
your car actually made the better choice according to what the paint on the road says you're supposed to do.
Sure. Seemingly so. It did.
Yeah.
In this turn, for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you think we can force it like we did in my car to where it thinks it needs to do a 360? Like
Okay.
maybe navigate it back to the church from here and see if it maps the 360 and if it does the same
Let's do that.
confusion.
Because the church is still on our side.
It's on this side, yeah.
So, fine. I did pick like what, CVS then, right?
So we'll go in here. It's like pick Good Shepherd.
If you did that, it'll just cut and.
I don't know. Will it?
What's it? Let's see. Was it?
Nope.
Okay.
It did it.
Cool.
That's what I wanted to see. So we know the turbo traffic circle is not designed to do 360s. You got to go straight and do a U-turn. There is no way to enter and do a 360, but the planner doesn't know that yet.
Yes.
So look at the signs again. See, you can either do a 270 or go straight. And if you look at the paint on the roads, the same thing. You can either go straight or do a 270. You can't do a 360 like that. So more than likely, this is going to end up in the same disengagement we did on AI4. And that's not hardware 3, hardware 4. That's training data, right? They need to understand how these are designed.
Right.
All
And
right.
This is only the second.
Should go straight. We do have a lead car this time. Where is it going to go? Theoretically, it should exit the 270.
And
oh wait, it did it. Okay, it did something you're not supposed to do.
it cheated.
It cheated. I don't know if that's illegal or not illegal. I mean, the paint
You want
says
to try that again?
Well, I mean, it did it.
I want to see.
But now the question is, why did my car not do it, and yours did? The traffic circle paint says you're not supposed to do that. Now, is it legal to do it? I don't know. Maybe some viewers from the Netherlands and Sweden can say, can you do 360s on these? And maybe they just wouldn't paint it, but you can do it?
Okay, right. Just not making it too obvious, right? Or...
I mean, yeah, let's try it again. Let's see if it gets back into the left lane.
It did go into the left lane, okay, which
Yep.
is good.
I will admit, this is my second day driving these turbo roundabouts, so I'm okay.
Oh,
Okay, it did not. It should not have stopped there if it was going to stop. I didn't disengage there because he was exiting, but had he been coming on around, and that time pressing the accelerator.
Oh, you did, okay.
And it came on around. Okay, so two completely different behaviors on the exact same maneuver. It didn't really yield that time to the car that had the right of way. Kind of stopped in a dangerous spot once it realized it, and then on the loop that time it came around and kind of got confused instead of being confident about doing a 360.
Yeah,
I don't know. So now we got to rate it. What do you think? Do you think it was the same?
I'm going to rate this 5.
So you think it was worse than the AI4?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, the one factor to me was, the standout was the smoothness factor. So in this one, all right, so I'll tell you this one, what I saw. To me, it saw the profile at which the vehicles that were approaching were coming as their acceleration or their deceleration wasn't slowing down as much, and that spooked it. So it went in that hard, jerky slowdown / stop. That was not there in your vehicle at all.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I understand that this is hard to replicate the exact same scenarios. I get that, but I don't know. What do you think?
So do you think 360s on this are legal like it did? Like, obviously you can get there by following the curves. You know, that inner lane turned into the outer lane, and the outer lane, it came back around. So maybe the planner isn't wrong. I was looking at the paint and the signs, and I honestly, this is my second day on this turn, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to be doing that or not. Obviously, if you're coming all the way around, you are kind of interfering with the cars entering the road, but it doesn't look like it's illegal to do. What's your thought?
Yeah, it didn't feel illegal also, and it's, I don't think it's,
okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's the Turbo Roundabout in Jacksonville, Florida, just outside of Jacksonville University. AI4, AI3, we did the Cybertruck. I did the Cybertruck yesterday, so there's quite a bit of a demonstration of that. I'd say it's doable, but it probably needs training data specific to this that maybe they haven't gotten yet.
100%.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, because even a human has to be trained on this. We're learning it, right?
We're learning it today.
So the car has to learn it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Leave comments below. Chuck and AJ signing out. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.